So, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens.
When I start making love, I don't just make love, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking. I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west. I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Yes, you do. So, welcome back to the throne room, boys. That's what we're calling this. We got Kelly's medal on the wall, so it's her throne room, but she lets me borrow it. But all right, yeah, episode 3. Never thought we'd make it this far, but here we are. Got your boy D-Rock, aka the Macho Pan Andy Savage, aka Winnie the Bish. So what's up, dude? How you doing today?
Good, man. I think that was probably the nicest compliment you've ever given me, aka Winnie the Fish. That's super sweet.
AKA, I'm sorry, I am a new girl-ophile, but that happens. But all right, so like everybody knows, we do have a admission fee here. You got us any cans?
I do have cans.
They're downstairs. Can you tell us about them?
I have 2 tall boys up in the shop that I slammed before this, and I'll take you up there in a little bit. You can see them, but as of right now, we're celebrating with Sharky. Can you see Sharky?
Ooh!
Yeah,
that was a dangerous glass, man.
We had to go in some bubbles for our inauguration today.
Right. I figured I was going to catch you on a celebratory eve right now. So yeah. You're still lucid, like. The Joe Biden hasn't decided to take you up to heaven with him yet?
Not yet.
Like that? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Well, glad to still have you, first of all. So, yeah, if you're going to address our whole admission policy later, I'll go ahead and dump in on mine. What's up, 2 tall boys? Vive, the seltzer you're not drinking. But then also, just for you, I did slam some 805. Yeah, it is bougie. It's not distributed very widely yet, but you guys will catch on in a few years. So they do distribute in Texas, apparently, 805. And so for my wedding, Ryan, like my sister, has hella preferred status. So she just packed a suitcase up of beer and other stuff. Checked it. So yeah, it pays to pay. So, but all right. So dude, so now that I've at least paid my price for admission, and I will work on the rest, want to go ahead and take a moment to read from our sponsor today. So our sponsor for today's episode is Stair Poops. Have you ever felt neglected? Like no one notices you? Like people are disrespecting the mother of your dragons? Stair Poops is the answer for you. Stair Poops are a quick, easy, and satisfying way to display your displeasure with any given situation. In the blink of an eye, you can put a biohazard directly in your enemy's bottleneck of a pathway. Worst case, they have to dodge it and are upset. Best case, they step in it and are extremely upset and double the cleanup. For $15 a month, Stair Poops will provide you with your dedicated stair concierge to help you get your vindication on unlimited occasions. Disclaimer, using Stair Poops will disqualify you from using any ride-sharing services. Use at your own risk. Stair Poops, official partner of Festivus. All right. Now that we got the business side of things out of the way, where's your boy? Where's your girl? Show us the kitties, the pups.
Let me grab them. All right, 1 second.
Who's that boy?
This man.
11?
He's got to be a big boy. He needs a computer.
Yes. What's up, Ben? What's up, buddy? Say hello to your crowd, your loving fans.
What the hell? Ashley is hiding somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, she's
on.
Yeah, she comes and goes on her schedule. So That's awesome. And Cooper was in and out. Oh,
There he is. Oh.
We got a Cooper without blood on him sighting. So, yep.
One of my favorite stories about Banjo is when he rained upon you. Instantly sleep on the floor, and he literally put you on your head.
Has he done it since? Am I his first, his last, his everything, or what?
I mean, I think so. No, he peed on one other person, but never someone laying on the floor and never someone's head.
Gotcha. I think Kelly might have overheard that. I'll have to explain that later. But regardless, sweet. So we got puppies. We understand that Isley is somewhere on her own schedule.
She'll probably pop around. This is her dinner table too.
Perfect. But dude, so yeah, I sent you like a little bit of a rundown. So let's just go for it. So I know these answers to some extent. We've had more conversations than I've had probably with a lot of the other folks in the group. But dude, what do you do for a living?
Oh man. So it seems to change a lot, but so as of right now, with the way things are going, I am the assistant general manager of 2 food and beverage outlets in a busy hotel in downtown Charlotte. And what that means is I manage a staff of about 85 people. I schedule about that many people, do payroll for that. And then on top of that is a lot of product development. So like food and beverage, like menu development, costing, revenue management, and just on and on and on, just basic operation stuff.
Like top to bottom. Yeah. Just you've got your hands in the whole operation.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's really easy to manage all of that, marketing and, doing any kind of like community, like engagement or market research and that when you're spending most of your time in the office, but I spend about an hour in the office and the rest of the time's on the floor during service. So it's easy. Yeah, it's hard.
Figuring all that or how to like juggle all that. But yeah, so I mean I know a little bit about your arc and everything, but dude, so I remember you were at NCSA. Mm-hmm. How did we end up in this position? Like how did it go from that to that?
I'm about to share my company bio with you. Okay. So, I studied performing arts, like all through school, and then landed a spot at NCSA for dance, and I loved that. And I thought that was going to be my career forever. And I did it like semi-professionally for a couple of years, and I kind of hated the people that I was meeting. Like the people that I knew, like in the company that I started with, they're all great and we're friendly. But any other company I went to work with, I just hated the egos and shit. And by that point, I'd already like bartended and stuff, and I was meeting cool people every day. And so I just kind of missed it. I don't know. It's fun to meet new people and learn people's stories.
Yeah, but dude, so like you went from that to straight to service, or like how did you've definitely climbed the ladder. You're kind of what I would imagine is like one step from the very top.
Well, I told my dad when I was 13 that I wanted to be on Broadway, and he said, "You better work in restaurants because that's how everybody on Broadway makes money." And so I think my first restaurant job was a dishwasher at CCNC.
Nice.
And put in my dues there, and they put me into busing and then food running and then bar backing. Then I was a line cook for a bit, and I worked at the pool for a little bit, and it just kind of bounced around. And I hated it then. I moved on. I thought I was never going to come back to it. And by the time I moved to Asheville, I just missed it a bunch. And then I found the craft cocktail world, which was like an expressive art form in the food and beverage industry that I didn't know about.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, like I'll be selfish for a minute because that's not something I know about. What was whatever grabbed your attention that got you into craft cocktail stuff? Because I don't know how that transition happened.
Yeah, so I got a food running job there, and in that position, you're kind of like working the timing of the entire restaurant. You're in charge of the flow, and I started noticing that like what the bar was doing was nothing like I'd ever seen before. They weren't using like mixers or weird like grenadine
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything they were making was literally from scratch, and I was like, "What the hell? Like, why? That sounds like extra work for nothing." And it just happened to have like a bar manager there that like taught me a ton and was like, "This is why," and here's the classics, and gave me a whole history rundown, and I just thought it was super fascinating. So
tight. Yeah, like I mean, I'm sure. What would you bet? I would bet probably 87% of the group has seen the movie Soul by now. Have you?
I don't think I've seen that. No.
Okay, never mind then. We'll cover that conversation in a later edition. But yeah, man, like I definitely remember you in those different phases, but I didn't know what got that spark going into craft cocktails. I've just known you kind of like on both sides of that. Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah,
what's up?
She's pissed. I'm gonna let her. Yeah, man.
In your sleep.
I've been pretty lucky to kind of follow my passion in a way, you know.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. And we all definitely support you. We like going to sample all your different places, try the deep fried deviled eggs wherever you got them.
Yeah.
And like Mike was talking about, kind of involuntarily squashing cans on the last episode. It's like that would make you cringe a little bit, I suppose. But
you know what? Now I'm all for it. Like that's safe space, It's for the environment.
Right. Yeah. Fewer bags, but so that's awesome to know. But kind of moving on. So you're in Charlotte. You've been there for about a year and a half or so.
Yeah, kind of close. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know a little bit about what's been going on, but dude, anything major, new place to live, new what?
Yeah, we just moved. We moved back in the middle of November. So one of the craziest things ever. So towards, I think, mid-October or something like that, we had our friend James that used to live with us in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And we're just like in the living room watching a movie. I will go back a little bit. Earlier that day, there was like a shooting right down the street, like 3 doors down. And the guy came up and he shot into a car, killing the driver and the passenger and leaving like a 3-year-old in the back seat. In broad daylight, it was like noon, and like kind of a busy intersection. So all day there was just lots of like movement and stuff. People kind of coming around, seeing what was going on. Cops everywhere. About 11:30 that night, me, Divinity, and my friend James are sitting down, and I look out the window. I see people cutting through the yard. I'm like, people are still kind of like walking through, checking stuff out. And people cut through our yard all the time because we're on kind of a corner. And I took a second look and realized that all 3 of them were carrying guns down by their legs, and they're all wearing hoods. So they get to the corner of my yard. And by the time I realized what was going on, I mean, I think I saw the guns. I looked over at Divinity and James and said, "Get to the back of the house right now. Let's go." They kind of like confused, but I literally grabbed them. We went to the back and hovered down below like our washer and dryer. And 30 to 40 shots popped off. So literally from the corner of our yard, there's this massive shooting. And the direction, like where our house was, they were in this corner shooting this direction and getting crossfire coming back directly at our house. So we were like, fuck this. We heard gunshots and stuff like since we moved there. When we lived in DC, this was like a normal thing. But like when the bullets are literally flying towards your house, it's game over. We had
you can have them close. You can have them in the same neighborhood. You can have them down the street. In the house is a little bit different. That sucks.
Our neighbor we had 2 neighbors that just moved in like less than a month before this happened. And one of them, their truck was full of bullet holes, just destroyed. It sucked. Yeah.
I mean, and you wonder kind of how long. Yeah, it sucks when like the good people have to leave those neighborhoods, but I mean that's
we just the house. We did not want to at all. It was really cool neighborhood stuff too, but not worth it.
Yeah. Right. But dude, but yeah, you're living in the sweet hood now. You got the yeah.
We were like a walking distance from like 4 breweries. There's a bunch of great restaurants. It's kind of I don't know, it's been our favorite neighborhood in Charlotte since we moved here. So it's been pretty sweet. Yeah. We actually, our rent is $200 cheaper. We went from 900 square feet to 1,400 square feet, and we're in a way better neighborhood. So just a no-brainer. We paid rent 2 months for both places, but I mean,
still totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
Right, especially when you can sleep easy. And was that Jamé or was that Ball with the Ball?
Jamé.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just had to ask him. Like, I know you did not get.
What? I wasn't sure if you met him before.
Yeah. He hung out for a little bit out in California, living that Santa Barbara life.
That's right. That's right.
But all right, so what might be a little bit lighter of a question than that, dude. So all right, so I'm all about my Mr. Robot. I've got like 8 other shows that I swear by. What's something that you feel like not enough people are watching or whatever, or that's your every night? I need this show.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure you guys have all watched the shows I'm talking about. I want to go back one thing though. A big thing for me, a big milestone that I've wanted to do since I was 12 years old was get braces, and I just started my aligners last week. So no more Lego teeth. That's the thing.
Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It was a very proud moment for me, actually.
And dude, we can talk about this later if you want, but I'm curious how much are you doing it by mail or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm curious how much that costs compared to, like what our parents traditionally did with braces and stuff. Cause I mean, I know braces were like freaking $4,000 or something like that.
I've got, they send all of your aligners up front. And if it's like 100% money back if they don't work out. They get 2 years basically to straighten your teeth out, to like basically accomplish that. And then so they send all of it up front. It's 1 week per aligner set. They send like this crazy high frequency mouthpiece thing you have to use to like loosen your teeth up, kind of to like have them reset. And then they send you like this crazy ultraviolet light, like whitening kit thing too. All in, I think it was like $1,300 with insurance stuff. So
with insurance? Okay.
Yeah, I got a really good.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was trying to get a grasp on like what that looked like, but yeah, man, that's a hell of a step. Awesome. What are you gonna do? Like,
normally.
What's that?
So I think it's like $2,800 normally, but
which still ain't bad.
Yeah.
Are you ready for like the full?
It already hurts.
Yeah.
What do you mean the full?
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. The full Monty, whatever. Yeah, the full Ivory.
What better time to get braces than when you're wearing a mask every day?
Right. Yeah, it's a great time for orthodontics everywhere. But dude, now fast forward and give me the freaking TV show.
All right, Queen's Gambit. Micah mentioned this already. It's super good. It's kind of dark, but it is really, really.
I did not know dark. I'm in the dark.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorites is Peaky Blinders, and the new season's coming out too. And I found out that they're making a movie now too, which is fucking sweet. Last Kingdom, which Kevin turned me on to, really awesome. It's about like kind of like the Viking Dutch and their like takeover of like the United Kingdom, and like when like Christianity sort of kind of swarmed in, was controlling the whole country. My all-time favorite, my every single night show, and you know this, is New Girl. I love New Girl. I love it.
Yeah.
So I probably watched that series like at least 8 times.
Right. Tell me this: do you cry every time you get to the "you gave me cookie, got you cookie" scene, or no?
No, I do love that part a lot, but my tearjerker moment is Schmidt posing to CC. I lose it every time.
Okay.
It's like, And then maybe everybody's on this, maybe not. I really enjoy Cobra Kai.
Okay, dude.
Yeah,
I've heard so many good things about it. I've not seen it, but
maybe that's a Kevisaurus Plex thing to add.
oh, yes, please. It's on Netflix now too, I think. For anybody who's still paying for it.
Yes.
But yeah, dude. So I mean, yeah, TV, and this is probably a personal flaw of mine. I just feel like comfortable with what I've seen, and it's like, dude, I'll watch the same stuff over and over again. Like, I want to watch the movies that I know how they end. I want to watch the TV shows that I know are good, that go the right direction and stuff. But branching out's tough. Okay, but I will make note of those, and that's awesome. But all right, so moving on. This is, I've enjoyed the hell out of asking this question, man. But dude, something that weirdly brings you joy that we might not know about, like, I feel like, I don't know, go for it. Yeah, take that wherever you want to go.
All right, let's go on a field trip.
Yeah.
So when we were shut down, and you might cut in and out because my Wi-Fi in this house sucks because there's like stone walls in it and stuff.
Gotcha.
I started making art. I imagined it just like anything I could do. And so I was doing just random painting. And I had some woodworking art, and that's like been my main thing. Like that's like 220 pieces or something, all individually hand sanded and cut down to size, and then like 3 different types of wood to get like the patterning the way I wanted it. And this is my really creepy, super huge walk-in closet that's actually an attic. So I just been getting into woodworking more and more. Right now I'm working on a dining room table.
There you go.
And this is just the start of it. I like mortised out all of this, and I've got to sand it down still, clean it up, clean these edges.
What is like the base wood that you're working with? Is it pine?
Yeah, it's pine. I don't have the money to go and buy like real hardwoods right now. So,
dude, have you? I assume you have checked like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
Well, not even for scraps, but like, around here they sell it like some of the stuff that I look at is like maple, and I think like either the 1 inch or 2 inch is something like $4 a board foot. And I'm like, yes, please.
Because 2-inch board, dimensional wood is so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been my thing. I've like built a little wood shop in here. These tables were already in here. Like the person that lived here had like 2 photo labs.
Sweet.
But I just kind of turned it into something where I could work. I've got some really cool stuff for this table that right now it's just basic, but I'm going to do some inlay stuff on the top to kind of like do a whole like pattern or whatever. And then I've got my full attic and some more stuff over here. So, yeah, just doing that, man. Woodworking's been a lot.
Yeah.
Every time.
That is awesome. How long have you been doing the woodworking stuff?
Since I was a kid, but my dad, like, it's one of those things like you like refuse to do it because your parents want you to. Dad used to put me in this wood shop all the time, and I hated it because it required way too much math.
Yeah,
but because I just wanted to like throw stuff together, and the fun part was literally like gluing, nailing, and cutting, right?
Yeah.
But now the whole thing is fun.
Yeah. Kill me if you want to make me do trim. Like I can't do that math. Like how? All right, we need 245s matched up at this point. Like I screw it up every single time.
Well, it's never 45-degree angles because your walls are never a 90-degree.
Yeah, and apparently that's a learning process too to finally accept that. But nah, man, that's awesome. You got to send us some pictures.
Sure. I got some more stuff. I have a piece of art that I gave to a friend out in Nashville that was pretty cool. I'm going to do some more stuff like that. It's kind of a popular style of woodworking art, but it's fun.
Yep. Well, and what did you call the first one that you showed? Like, was that dimensional or was that like? Because I've seen some stuff that's like sound diffusing or whatever.
Yeah. So the first thing, I mean, I didn't have any specific name for it. I've never seen anyone do that specifically. But you know, I was kind of doing what Div and I. Div is really into texture art and working with like basically she weaves and does a bunch of stuff like that. And so it was kind of a texture study, I suppose, like coming up with like a bone pattern with different grains. And different,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I've had, it's like a half passion towards what you're doing. You're doing it like much better. But basically, they sell this stuff on Etsy, and it's like, you know, a 3 foot by 4 foot panel that's just got like different chunks of wood about like
that.
Nah, I don't think so. But
that's one of the pieces I did recently.
Okay, but I mean that looks sweet. But these things that they call like sound diffuser panels and stuff like that, where it's something like this is so low tech of us, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing the same thing. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I guess somehow just the physics of it works out, but yeah, I don't know if you can see the price, but it's like it starts at $150 for like a 2 foot by 3 foot thing. I'm like, that looks like it's just scrap wood.
Yeah.
Yes, please, white people.
I will say that my inspiration for that kind of came from something really similar to what you're showing me. Like over 10 years ago at the Urban Outfitters in Asheville, they had like their whole backdrop behind their cashiers was like a giant with the ends of cut off at different lengths. And it was just like this really cool like pattern that like, I don't know, it looked like if you were 1,000 feet up above a cityscape that was massive. It was really sweet.
Right. Yeah, dude. Not 100%. Dude, whatever works for you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm super excited for you on that. You gotta, like I said, definitely spam the group me, okay? Send us more photos. I give you permission. I demanded that we see more progress photos because I'm also trying to learn how to do stuff well. I know how to functionally do things, but how to do them well, that's different.
I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything very well, but
it looks well, okay?
It's been fun.
Yeah, there you go. But dude, all right, so those are the heavy hitting questions, whatever, you know, this is how we roll. But I've got like just a couple little either rapid fire or scenario questions. I did see some lime green in your workshop, so I feel like I know the answer. Home Depot or Lowe's?
Oh, it would have been an easy question if you asked me like 6 months ago, but now it's hard because I love my Ryobi tools. I love them, but I can't help but feel like politics get involved with my tools a little bit.
Ooh.
And Home Depot put a shit ton of money into Trump's campaign.
I thought Lowe's did too. I don't know. Maybe I misheard that.
Well, maybe Lowe's did, but Lowe's definitely put a ton of money into like Black Lives Matter and stuff too, which is kind of cool. Okay. So I still prefer the shopping experience at Home Depot more.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I mean, well, and if you don't feel like giving them your money, Amazon typically sells their stuff for the same or if not lower prices. Not that that's a better place to put your money, but to each their own. Dude, all right, so I got a scenario question for you here. All right, you're in this new neighborhood. You know, everything is sweet. Everybody seems like a really good neighbor and everything, but you're walking Banj down the street one day and you see another dog on the other side of the street with their owner poop and then walk away. What do you do?
I mean, nothing. I would be pretty upset about it, but it's not like I would say anything or do anything. I'm not going to pick up their dog shit. That's for sure.
Right. You're going to stare and then you're going to come back. You're going to make a nice Facebook post about it. Like, hey, not in our neighborhood.
No. The last time I walked Banjo, or not last time, but a little while ago, some lady in a minivan stopped and was super creepy and was like, "It's like, your Doberman's so pretty." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "You joined the Facebook group." So apparently like a whole Dobermans of Charlotte thing, but she like stalked us around the corner just to be able to tell us that. It's really funny.
That's interesting. I mean, Banj could be running that thing in 3 days. So
Yeah, sure.
if you want to go for it, go for it. All right, so we're going to do some coin toss things here. Let's see. I don't know the answer to this one, so I'm going to ask, do you own a premium vacuum?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Have you community?
I mean, I don't. What vacuum are you? Are you a Dyson V10 family or?
Yep.
Yes.
We got that. You actually told me that it was a bad idea to buy her a vacuum for Christmas back when we were living in Santa Barbara. So I bought her a bike instead, and she was pissed about it.
Hated the bike.
Then she got a vacuum for Christmas the next year.
Dude, yeah, I don't remember if we made you aware, but it's like, yeah, we were toting a V10 in the back of the C-Max when we came and hung out for New Year's last year or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know when that happened for you guys, but they're pretty clutch.
Yeah, they're pretty mid.
Yeah. It benefits you as an individual. So anybody who doesn't have one, step your game up. But all right, dude. I'm going to ask this one because I don't know the answer as well. Favorite Schwarzenegger movie?
Oh, God. Oh, I feel like the best answer is the worst movie.
Which one?
Expendables 3.
Ah, okay. Did not see that coming.
That's not. Total Recall, probably.
Nice. Yeah, it still blows my mind, and I am actually quite the fan of the Colin Farrell version as well. But what?
I hated it.
You hated it?
Yeah, it was hard.
But
although I don't know. Yeah, I'd give it a real shot, I guess.
I will fight to the death that is the hottest duo of leading females in a movie ever, between Jessica Biel and Kate Beckinsale.
I mean, that's a very good point.
Prove me wrong. And then Colin Farrell ain't no slouch either. But okay, man. So we're past that. I think that's enough quote unquote rapid fire stuff. So I guess we're going to jump into the roast section. Okay. So like I've kind of prefaced in a couple of the episodes previous, I did run a script on some of my text messages trying to see like which conversations I started versus which conversations everybody else started, because I've been taking that personally lately, and I feel like that is kind of a sign of effort. So looking at you, Andy, you're not bad, okay? You're just shy of average. You're sitting at 49th percentile, which means you do make an effort. You do make an effort. Okay, and I do appreciate that, but it's just something that I've been taking more and more personally in life in general, where I'm like thinking back to like when I was in 10th grade. I'm like, I've started every single freaking conversation, and I'm like, am I the asshole? I get it if I am. Somebody's got to tell me, otherwise I'm gonna keep spamming everybody until they start conversations with me. Okay. But little one, following that up, the Bahamas bachelor party, I've got to put you on kind of responsible for. I got to yell at Mike about it last week, but because he was the groom involved, but you were quote unquote the best man. So you share some responsibility there. And I think you were in California at that point too, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but, and then I'd say finally bailing on the wedding. And I'll get real with you for a second, because I haven't been real up to this point at all. But I don't remember what I heard, but I heard something when we were together for Chuck's wedding at Kevin's. And it made me think that you guys bailed as a result of COVID, even though you kind of told me something else. So it made me kind of think that you were bailing for other reasons than you were telling me. It's like, if you want to bail for COVID, you can tell me you're bailing for COVID. I'm not going to hate you. But one thing I've taken personally for probably like my whole adult life is feeling lied to. So I don't know if it's true, but that's the way it felt. So yeah.
Do I get to respond to that, or
go with whatever direction you want to, homie?
I think I've missed 2 weddings, I think, and out of the group. And I could be wrong there. I feel like an asshole for not knowing the exact number. Love you, Sean.
Right?
Yeah, love you, Sean John. I'm sorry I missed yours, but for the exact same reason. Weekends are really tough for me. Yeah. But your wedding, yeah, sure, COVID was maybe a little part of it, but I would gladly get COVID to be there, like by your side at your wedding, happily. The same thing I did for Chuck. I was ready for it. I didn't care. I wanted to be there for you guys. The problem was that we had just gotten back to work from our layoffs, and I was the manager, so there was no getting off on the weekend. There's no one to cover me at all, which is fucking hurtful. So
no, and like I said, it was just a feeling. And I mean, right or wrong, it was a feeling.
Yeah, well, I also still was hopeful that you would have a second go at it, and like you guys were going to do a real ceremony, real party, big one, and I'd absolutely be there.
Yeah, we'll see. Not in Trump's America, apparently, but but yeah, man, nothing too crazy on my end. Even though I do want you to keep in mind, this goes back to basically January 2019 for grievances. Mm-hmm. So if you got anything, let it rip, homie.
All right, this is gonna be tough because it's gonna seem like a cop out, but I really don't have a lot of grievances at all. Like, I've been really lucky in the last couple of years. This move out here has, like, in a way, brought me closer to a lot of people. Kevin and Douglas, like being able to hang out with them like on a semi-regular basis, definitely more regular than before, at least, has been awesome. I actually have more nice things to say about some of the guys than I do negatives.
If you want to go honey roast, you can go honey roast.
Like, Sean John has done an amazing job keeping up with me. Like, he hits me up, I hit him up. He's put in a lot more effort than I have, to be honest. Like, shame on me because I haven't been putting in a lot of effort for anyone. Like, it's just kind of when things pop to mind, then I'll reach out. But like, it just, like, I don't know. I just don't have the bandwidth to like do it. And that sounds like a cop out, but I'm not great at it. I mean, I guess if I have any like grievances, it's nothing. They're all like, I wish I saw you guys more. Like, and that's stupid. And we've heard that a billion times. I mean, you're supposed to holler at your boy on your way back from Christmas and maybe swing through, but you never did.
Well, okay, so I guess I didn't give you the info then. Kelly somehow, we don't know how, got COVID over Christmas. So, yeah, not going to swing through. Sorry, man.
I have a new grievance.
You retract the grievance.
I have a new grievance. You potentially put me at risk for COVID and didn't tell me about it.
She wasn't symptomatic until like the day after we hung out. And then, I was thinking about that a little bit because I'm like, man, where the hell could it come from? Because I had 0 symptoms the whole time. And so I think she gets a little upset about that she wants me to get symptoms too.
Have you been tested to see if you got it at all?
No.
Because it happens when people, like, you can live in the same house and just not get it.
Yeah.
Which seems really unlikely, but it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I'm also thinking about writing an ebook, though, about how to not get it and how to beat it. So it's going to be very Natty Light Seltzer based, Sunny Delight based regimen. So
Natter days?
Say what?
Natter days?
Yes. No. The Natty Seltzers that are 6%.
Right, I forget that's different. You're right.
It's different. But yeah, so patent pending on my method, so I won't go into too much detail there. But are you okay?
Yeah, I did think of one thing that popped up earlier. One person that like has like not like really had any like has not put any effort to reaching out to me at all, and I can't say shit because I'm really bad at this. Is Brett? You were my roommate. Love you to death. Your brother. I haven't heard from you once since you talked to Divinity more than you talked to me. So I missed you, babe. That's all. That's really my only big one.
Yep. And I mean, yes, grieve upon him, but at the same time, man, go get it.
You're right. You're right.
So I will continue to go get it for probably like another 2 or 3 times, and then it's going to be kind of a cut off. But yeah, man. So get any other kind of like if that's all you got, that's fine. That's I'm not forcing you to have shit like this, but yeah, and then we're gonna make you the test case for this, see if this is an ongoing thing. At the behest of Mike last week, he wanted me to make this a recurring question. Why did Brendan shit the stairs?
Well, I think he was like beta testing stair poops, first of all, our sponsor. Yeah. I think they paid him to do it.
Yeah. Shout out to poops. Yeah.
That's one reason. But I think ultimately, probably because he wasn't getting any snugs from Gagar. Like Gagar was down chilling with Mike, snugging up, and he was just jealous and he needed to make a scene, you know? He needed to be heard and seen.
Okay. So these are envious stair poops. Okay.
Yeah. Like he needed to be the center of attention. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean that checks out. So wait, was Agar there?
Yeah. I think they got the upward view, Mike and Agar, of him actually shitting the steps. Like towards the end of it happening. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
They didn't correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure that I wasn't there, so I don't know.
But all right, dude. So I think that we kind of have a plan on what we're gonna do to close this out.
Yep.
I've really got to pee real quick. I don't know about you. So we're gonna leave people on kind of a blank screen, and we're gonna come back when we're ready. Damn it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Koopa Loop.
What's up, buddy? All right. And we back. All right. So you got some bougie way of drinking alcohol ready for us, right?
I'm gonna give you a two-parter here. All right. Okay. So in Spain, they have a thing called Perón, and it's a decanter for wine. except for pouring it into your glass, you pour it straight into your mouth. I could chug a glass of wine. I have to do a shot so I can still chug a beer. And let's do something that the Spanish really like. My options are gin or single malt whiskey. And since Mike called me out, I figured we go with the
single malt.
A little single malt from Seattle. So this is Perone.
Okay.
We're gonna do Post Malone while we Perone.
Awesome.
Are you ready for that?
So, give me 1 second, because what I'm gonna do, I've got this gift box shaker here. I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna put some of this guy in there, and then I'm gonna drink it through this guy. So
that's very bougie. I love it.
Is that from the same place that Mike had his wedding at, or is that just another Seattle distillery?
That's the one he had his wedding at, and that's also that bottle was a gift from him.
Yeah, because only power moves include giving groomsmen that clearly flew across the country to be at your wedding a bottle of whiskey to fly home with. R.I.P. Kevin. All right, maybe I'm not drinking it through the freaking strainer. I don't know, whatever.
You ready?
You got the tunes or what, man?
I thought you had the tunes.
I'll tune it. Do you have a preference on the Malones?
I feel like it won't record my music, will it?
Well, you got a name? I'm down for some. What was I going to say?
The first one that comes to mind is good with me.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the woo-wop drop. If you busy plotting on what I got, kick in your door and swat you thought. $100,000 on the tabletop. Half price my same price my watch.
That's your first Post Malone and Perone or something, however you say it.
Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the woo-wop drop. If you busy plotting on what I got.
All right, back to business before we send this thing out.
Oh my God, that's gonna fuck me up. That was like 4 ounces of whiskey.
All right, so ride that wave real quick. Who's next?
I'm embarrassed to admit something.
What?
I don't know who the first person was.
So started with Sean John, went Mike, and then you. There's not a huge catalog yet.
That's fair. Well, I feel like it's only fair to give it to the founder of Macho Pan, Kevin Ty. Yeah.
Oh my! I thought he was going to be season finale type stuff, but yeah, we'll get him in for sweeps weeks. It'll be great. Awesome. So let me check my notes here. Smash 'em. Coming up next, guys. So
That's right.
Make sure you tune in. And yeah, man, anything you want to leave the audience with before we head out?
Yeah, before you see Kevin, bring a big pan. That's it.
Yeah, walk soft and carry a big pan. That's what I always say. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording. We'll do some behind the scenes stuff after. But yeah, all right, guys, like, subscribe, Patreon, whatever, OnlyFans.
Don't forget the sponsor.
Yeah. So Stair Poops. That code was, sorry, I missed the code earlier. It's festivus.com/Stair Poops. And if you click on the little radio button in the top right, you'll get your first Stair Poop coordinated for you. So for free. Sorry. And then it's unlimited after that if you pay $15.
Right?
What's up?
Promo code Poop City, right?
Poop City will. So that's like a sister sponsor. It's like a sponsor of Stair Poops is Poop City.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but we'll get to that next time. So,
okay.
All right. Thanks for joining in, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes.